Want to start? Do I want to start? How do we want to do this, yo?
I think you can go. I know you were wanting to talk about your boy.
My boy. So my favorite album of 2018. There's a lot of good ones that came out. I really fucking liked Post Traumatic by Mike Shinoda. For anyone that doesn't know what happened last year, Chester Bennington, lead singer of Linkin Park, killed himself. Hung himself. Details. We don't need details. Mike Shinoda released new music back in January. He released an EP. It was 3 tracks, talking about basically his dealing with that. And then in June, he released a whole 16-track album, including those first 3 tracks. Just talking about his recovery. It had some fun songs. It had some random stuff. But for the most part, it was about his recovery and dealing with the whole situation. The first 7 songs are very dark. The next 7 are very hopeful, that kind of idea.
Oh, okay.
So, I think it's very obvious as to why the album is important.
Yeah.
Especially for me, I grew up on Linkin Park. It's my favorite band. But I'm not going to fucking be like, no, it's not. I've seen them live twice. I saw Chester live with his solo band back in 2009. I saw Mike live in New York June 15th or whatever he was here. I think it was June 15th. Yeah. He fucking stage jumped on me and I fell. Never going to forget that one.
Did you feel numb?
I've become so numb. So yeah, just in that album, I played 2 tracks from that album. Well, 1 track from that album. The other one's an unreleased track that leaked a day ago. That one probably shouldn't have played. But you know what? Whatever. The track Ghosts I played mostly because it's like a chiller song. The whole video he was doing more depressing videos at that point. It was the first video he released where he's just like, no, fuck this, I want to do something positive. Right. So it was like a fucking puppet show. Because he wanted to do something fun, get out of that whole funk he had been in for the last, 8 months of his best friend killing himself.
Right. I think that's, very interesting. I haven't listened to the album. Yeah. But I think the idea in which Mike Shinoda's doing an album about himself recovering from his friend's suicide, I think is very interesting, because I feel like usually when you think about people grieving, or at least when like regardless of celebrity, the first thoughts are usually the significant other, the parents, the family, immediate family, or the kids. Yeah. So I think to kind of from the perspective of the friend and bandmate or whatever, I think is kind of new, just because it's usually you don't really think of your friends when you don't really think of the friends of the person who killed themselves. Or at least just not at first. It's always the family. Yeah. And they were probably known each other forever and stuff.
18 years, something like that.
18 years. Yeah. Long years too, especially if you're a musician touring and stuff like that. Did other members of the band also work on the album, on Mike Shinoda's album as well?
No, it was a solo thing. In fact, he just kind of dropped it.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't really the first 3 tracks he dropped. I don't think they even knew he was dropping them.
Oh,
he just fucking dropped them. He's just like, hey, next week I'm gonna have songs.
Okay.
It was like that. One of the songs, I didn't play it, but I should have, was back in October 27th. 2018, they did a tribute show to Chester. Right. In 2017. Track number 2 on Mike's album, the first verse of that track was recorded the day of the show, and the second verse was recorded the day after, and it was genuine anger and just bad taste in his mouth from having done a show like that without Chester there, because it was the first time the band had played without him, and the only time since. Right. They've been pretty much broken up since. They'll probably come back. Everyone's already aware, but...
That's pretty interesting. So did he release it as an EP or a string of songs, and then it was just when officially done it was an EP?
It was released as an EP. All 3 released at the same time. Okay. It was a free EP too, because he didn't want to have the record label. And then after that, the record label ended up supporting him. They let him record the album in his house, so he just released the full album after that. He's done a huge tour since. Nice. He actually is playing in New York right now. Oh, wow. Which is funny. I almost ditched the podcast to go see him.
So he can fall on you again?
No, he has a full touring band now. When I first saw him, it was just him and a microphone. And now he has like a fucking band and shit that he hired. So there's like new versions of the songs that I haven't heard live yet.
Oh, okay.
But he debuted a new song live when I was there, so it was kind of cool.
Oh,
but
nice.
So it's like, it's fucking. There's just a lot of emotion that comes from that, but there's a lot of like, Mike is also as a musician very interesting, because he's the fucking Linkin Park. He's Fort Minor. You can't disassociate what he's done beforehand.
Right.
100%, you know. Right. You can't fucking not think of Remember the Name when you think of Mike Shinoda.
Oh, yeah.
And
he's definitely not disassociating from the checks either.
No. But it's like, there's still this level of like, in terms of artistry and in terms of how he is as a musician, he's incredibly creative and his output is staggering.
Right.
No one writes an album that quickly that like releases. I mean, other people do, but he pumped out this album. It's all him.
Right.
In less than a year. Like, the year wasn't even up from when Chester had died.
Right.
And the album was out.
Yeah.
So it's all him, 100% him.
Right.
All the instruments, he plays all the instruments live. It's like, and he's just pumping that out. He's already working on another album as far as we know.
Oh, wow.
He's just, there's a lot of artistry there. And to see like all these different styles, influences all come together in this album that's kind of a celebration of his being able to recover and a celebration of Chester is just like penultimate Mike Shinoda.
Right.
It's just everything that makes him him. And I just can't not like the album, I guess.
Right.
Like, I knew I was going to like the album going in because it's Mike Shinoda. There's always that brand loyalty, I guess. You're going to like what you like.
Right.
But then I get blown away by just how creative the album is. Like, no two songs really sound the same.
That's good.
Because his creative like influences are everywhere.
Right.
He likes everything. He fucking keeps up with music on a daily basis. Like, I think he used to do like Spotify playlists of what he's listening to at the time. They're everything, just anything you can think of. He's probably listening to it.
Oh wow, that's cool. That's cool.
And then there's some songs that probably shouldn't have happened. Like, let me do a song with Machine Gun Kelly and fucking lead singer from Incubus.
Really? Interesting.
It's not a bad song, but I don't think Machine Gun Kelly's verse really fit. It was very like, yeah, I get high. I'm like, Mike is talking about the death of his best friend. Are you okay there?
I mean, I feel like that's always a thing with like featured artists or whatever. Like,
that's
like sometimes it's like the verse is they're gonna like coincide. Other times it'll just be like we're not like, did you just like, this is almost like how like you just did a verse to the beat and not to the concept.
It's weird because like Machine Gun Kelly was apparently supposed to tour with them before Chester died.
Really?
And he was really affected by it. But you wouldn't know it by the verse he dropped.
Didn't he end up like touring with who was it? Was it Fall Out Boy or Panic! At the Disco?
I think so. He ended up doing that with them afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, well, what else was he going to do? His summer was free.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That is. You know what? There's a joke there. I'm not gonna say it.
You know what? Whatever. Yeah. It's there. That's what matters.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. All right.
Make it, yo.
His boy Chester fell out, so he had to go tour with Fall Out Boy.
Damn.
I know.
It's fair. Yeah. You know, it's been a year and a half. It's okay.
You know what? Mike Shinoda can make an album. I can make a joke.
Fair enough. But, it's... If you ever get the chance to listen to it, I'd recommend it.
Yeah.
I think it's like, even if it's just for okay, this is what something like that sounds like.
Right.
From this guy, it's cool. Whether it picks up or not is a different story. I don't think it's an album for everyone. But I do think it's a good case study in, like, someone who's as famous and as up there as maybe as respected as Mike Shinoda.
Yeah. Being
as vulnerable as he currently is. Yeah. And that's a good case study in any genre and anything just to look at.
Yeah, I think that's because Fort Minor is it Mike Shinoda like in a band, or is it just Mike Shinoda's like
It's Mike Shinoda, and it's basically his alter ego. It was basically his solo project before he decided I'm just going to release songs under my own name.
Oh, okay.
But he was working with like other rappers and stuff. He was working with For You at the time.
Okay.
Motion Man.
Okay.
So he was doing that kind of stuff.
So yeah, because I was going to say, like, if Fort Minor, I don't know if Fort Minor was like a group or like a band, but to be associated with two other bands and then kind of like to kind of be out on your own, it's always interesting. It's kind of like, it's like it's like being a football player, like being a football player off the field, because like so many like you know like. You could be like a star tackle for like the fucking St. Louis Rams, but because you wear a helmet, no one knows what you really look like unless you're the quarterback. So I think like for Mike Shinoda or whatever, it's kind of like that. There's like a similar dynamic with that, so kind of. So I think that's always very interesting.
Also, just for the joke, Mike Shinoda is a non-black POC who didn't use the N-word while doing a rap with Jay-Z.
Yeah, fun facts. Yeah, if he can resist, you can too.
Yeah. Mike Shinoda is a wonderful Japanese boy. He did I don't know if you ever heard Kenji. Very good song.
Really?
It's about internment and stuff. About his family being interned back in the 30s.
Nice.
All right, so we have like 10 minutes left, so let's jump into yours.
Okay. So one of the songs I picked was from Pusha T's Daytona project, which honestly was like probably one of my favorite albums. Just because like I think Pusha T is probably one of my favorite artists in general. Like he's very consistent. He releases like very sporadically.
Yeah.
But the music's always good. I think in all the Kanye's like good music releases that happened over the summer, I think this was the best and most polished one. Just like, you know, in regards like production, lyrics and stuff like that. Like it was very contained. I wish there were more tracks, but I liked them. I think Pusha T overall has had probably one of the better years as far as like not only music goes, but just as far as like rap shit goes, in regards that he beat Drake or whatever. He beat him at his own game.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't want to mention that because I feel like I don't want to mention it too much because I feel like that was kind of one of the things that like sucked about those things happening around the same time, and that like the album wasn't really like when he did his press runs, it was kind of like it would go less about the album and more about like this like besting Drake thing. And so like that always sucks, but the album was really good. Even Kanye's verse on it was kind of just like it was good. I was irked by Kanye personally, but I was kind of just like, this production's really good. It was an ugly laugh. when someone you don't like tells a joke that's really funny.
Just like,
fuck you. But it was good, objectively speaking.
Gotta subtract that one.
Yeah. And then like the second album, that like it was really hard picking the tracks because there's so many albums that I like. I could give you like a top 10. The second album I picked was off the Carters, Everything Is Love, Ape Shit or whatever, which
really good song.
Really
good. To it. It's really fucking good.
Yeah, like it's really good. Like it's almost kind of like an, you know, like certain albums, like they'll have like, oh, this is such and such volume 1, such and such volume 2, volume 3. This Everything Is Love feels like an unofficial like sequel, or like an unofficial third act in like kind of like a trilogy. That's what I was looking for, in which you had like Lemonade, which was like Beyonce's kind of side, in which kind of she had to go through her personal growth, and then you have Jay-Z's 444, that's kind of like about his personal growth, and both albums being kind of like these quintessential albums in regards to just like black success and being black men and women and grow and being kind of just like, you know, wanting to be better people, and so like kind of having Everything Is Love kind of meet in the middle is such like it's like a nice like finale or whatever, like, because, you know, like Lemonade is like, you know, like
it's that album.
Yeah, Jay fucked up. 444 is Jay saying I fucked up. And Everything Is Love is like, yeah, you know, you fucked up, but we're past it now, which I think is a very like kind of underrated, not say underrated, but and not often spoken about aspect of like when it comes to relationships or whatever, especially marriage.
Yeah. Like
in regards to just like, you know, someone's gonna drop the ball doing something, and it's kind of just like, well, do you want to do the work and, you know, get through it or not? And so it's kind of just like, it's very interesting. It's kind of refreshing that it's like the work is done, but not like in a shitty way. It's actually almost interesting because it feels mildly topical, seeing as how Cardi B and Offset broke up recently. But yeah, like, you know, relationships are hard work. Marriage is hard work, you know. So to kind of have an album that kind of glorifies that is very nice. Beyonce rapping is really good. Like, it's really good.
Yeah.
I wanted to play. I liked. You can almost tell that this is like a Migos reference track because you can. It's kind of the only thing that I don't like about Ape Shit is that I'm expecting an Offset verse because he literally says Offset, and I'm like, I just hear Jay, and I'm like, that's
not Offset.
That's not Offset.
That's Upset.
Yeah. That's not Offset. That's setup. Like I wanted to play. I was torn between this one and 713. That one's really good too. I was gonna play Nice, which Nice sounds very similar to Neon Guts off of Uzi's project from last year. That's just more of like a producer thing.
Yeah.
But those two are definitely good albums that I would say like are top of like. I wouldn't say, like, I feel like Daytona is definitely top 3. Everything Is Love is on my top 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we have a little bit of time, do you think you can do a top 10?
Of albums?
Yeah. I'll try to as well if I can.
That would be hard. I feel like, you know.
Or like just a generalization.
I could probably do one next. I could probably give you one next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, if you just gave like a summary, like 1 or 2.
Oh, if I could just just name some, I can name you some albums like in no particular order.
All right, yeah, that'll work.
So I'd say Daytona, Everything Is Love, Daytona by Pusha T, Everything Is Love by the Carters, City Girls, period. I can't recommend Girl Code because I haven't sat in it too long. Young Thug, Slime Language. Block Boy JB, Simi, of course, Rico Nasty's Nasty. Scorpion was good. It was very bloated, but it was good. Astro World by Travis Scott, of course. Megan Thee Stallions, Tina Snow, Drip Harder, Lil Baby and Gunna. Yeah, just there's a lot of good shit out there. It's also hard too sometimes with 2018 albums because it's like, because there's so much music. You ever get, you know, like those certain albums that are like fucking 2017 runoff, like they'll like release like December and they feel like they're in 2018.
Yeah,
like those are always awkward.
To be fair, the last 3 years it felt like one big year. It's not good. I haven't really like listened to a lot of music this year, but at least a lot of new music. All of the albums I listened to that were new this year all came out in the same 3-week period. Like, I'm not even joking. I had fucking the new Panic! At the Disco album came out.
Yeah.
Post Traumatic came out, and the new Gorillaz album all came out in 3 weeks.
Right, because that was like around what, like June, July?
June 15th, June 22nd, and June 29th.
Oh,
Gorillaz being June 29th, my birthday being June 30th. It was a birthday gift. Gorillaz really good. If you different from the last one, I would recommend it. The last one I would recommend more, especially if you like rap. The last one was more modern. This new one was just like, well, they didn't have enough of the white guy singing.
Oh, okay.
But both really good albums.
Yeah.
This new album has a Snoop Dogg on it, which is really good. But if you like Gorillaz, definitely check out fucking their last album from 2017. I mean, check them both out. I love them both.
Yeah.
But the last one had so many features and so many good people on it.
Yeah.
I would 100% recommend it. Just like going through that fucking list there. All features. Every fucking song has a fucking feature on it.
Wow, it's like a DJ Khaled album.
This one has fucking Pusha T on it.
Oh, wow.
And Mavis Staples.
Oh, it's got Drum, De La Soul.
De La Soul's on like all of their shit, and fucking I love them.
Oh shit, they got
Vince Staples. So I've heard a little bit of like a couple of artists because of that. It's like definitely attracted me to some of their other music, which is the whole point of a fucking feature anyway.
Right. Ooh,
just like
the fucking Black Panther album.
Oh That's
so good.
Shut the fuck up. We're talking about good stuff.
Yeah, that was a good album.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I almost wanted to play King's Dead because it was almost like a 2-for-1 because King's Dead appeared on the Black Panther album and J-Rock's Redemption album, which was really good.
One more.
Yeah.
Fucking anything Childish Gambino released this year. He hasn't released an album, but
he released a
like 2 or 3 songs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them.
That was good too.
Also, it's fucking This Is America, but
right.
I know there was that whole like, was it just not another song going on there?
Yeah. It was the joints he did at SNL, and then he released like a summer pack like towards August.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was There's a lot of good music. YG's Stay Dangerous album, that was really good. It's a lot of good music. So,
basically, if you like music, fucking listen to music.
Yeah, maybe we'll probably put a playlist of stuff.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
and this is coming from me and the fact that I need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking expand. Listen to everything.
Yeah.
Like if you think, you know, that artist kind of interests me and you haven't listened to their songs yet, just fucking listen to their songs. Take a moment. Just be like, hey, I like that. Or if you don't like it, no loss, no gain, you know?
Yeah.
Honestly, when it comes to music, you're not going to lose anything at least trying out a track.
Right, yeah. I've also been getting to kind of like listening to more like up-and-coming artists or whatever. Like, recently I've been, like today I was checking out, like this is artist like Tay Money or whatever. Like she had some good stuff out there. Like, you know, like even some albums I listen to, like Megan Thee Stallion. Like you know, like there's always like good. There's always like a lot of stuff like a lot of good music and artists coming up. So like that's like anything. Honestly, anything Quality Control.
Yeah.
Is like they've had like an amazing year. I would love to work at Quality Control. Coach KP, if you're listening.
Last thing before we jump off. I don't know if they released a new albums here, but I got to listen to the internet for the first time. Mm-hmm. Fucking great. Definitely recommend
Hive
the
Mind,
hell out of
right?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that came out.
100% recommend the hell out of it.
Yeah.
If you can, just listen to them all day.
They're for the Gorillas, right?
Yeah, that's how I listened to them for the first time. They got such a fucking good groove going on, such a good vibe.
Yeah.
I really like funk. Just like, I'm a bass player. I just love that, like, what goes on with that. And to hear it, like, so modernized, but also not at the same time is just always awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, listen to shit. We'll listen to stuff. Hopefully, maybe next week we'll do another kind of thing, something like this.
Right.
We'll definitely have music breaks with like songs we recommend.
Yeah.
Or songs we just want to listen to, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe next week I'll have something much different. But like, hey Devin, you want to hear a rock song?
The Mike Shinoda pack.
It's like, hey, this week we'll sit and play the next song from Mike Shinoda's album. We'll play that song. Wait, no, don't. You want to listen to a Linkin Park song from 2000? You want to hear Chester scream his guts out? My mom hates me. Acting like Chester didn't get fucking sexually abused or anything.
Oh man,
he had demons, man. He had some serious demons.
You know, it's not making the list. Eminem.
No. if you're still standing Eminem in 2018. You might have some issues to look out for.
Yeah.
You know, 3 a.m. is fun to make fun of, but it's not a good song.
It's not.
Also, if you're using standing and you don't know where that comes from, you have some things to look into.
Or you're like under 18.
That's true. But I don't know what the song Stan is. By Eminem? Where he abducts his pregnant girlfriend and kills her because fucking Music Man didn't send a letter back.
How self-absorbed is that, though?
Very.
The idea, I'm an artist. I'm going to make a song about someone who's so obsessed with me that they're gonna kill their pregnant like girlfriend or whatever because I didn't grace them and their little brother with the response. Like, what the fuck?
God. Man, like I get like maybe in his head he's like, oh, this is gonna be such a dramatic story, but it'd be great if he did it about a separate artist. But he did it about himself,
right?
And then he made it so extreme.
And then he's the voice of reason too. Like at the end,
like
hey man, like yeah, you know, I'm kind of sorry, man. It was just cold, like you know, but you know, I hope everything's going well with your wife. Like,
yeah,
know.
Man, I was just shooting up last night. Yeah,
right,
I couldn't respond.
I mean,
oh, there's your wife. Huh?
Oh wow, like I heard about this guy who fucking killed himself. And his pregnant girlfriend. What a fucking idiot. Like, what the fuck?
God. Like, if you're gonna do something dramatic and like lessen, first off, don't make it fucking extreme like that. Second off, don't make it about you. Third off, don't be Eminem.
Like, what?
Yeah, now that I've made this song about this guy killing his wife, let me go beat mine.
Right? Like, I'm mad. Like, how self-absorbed is that? Like, as like the concept on paper is fucking crazy.
You want to go back to last week's topic of like does what makes good music or whatever, just
right.
like being in pain make good music.
Yeah, it stands pain.
I kind of wish Eminem just stayed on the drugs. And then we wouldn't have to hear the music.
No, we'd be hearing a lot more.
Like, God, did you ever listen to fuck, which album was it? The album before he went into rehab. I think it was like
the Eminem show.
Yeah, that's a horror. Like,
Relapse.
No, it was the Eminem show. Yeah.
Okay.
Horrible.
Yeah.
It's like that. We would have seen more of that.
Yeah, or that one where like he had like Lisa Ann in that music video or whatever.
I think the thing I hated the most about that album was like he was just trying to put up accents and shit because like he needed to prove that or whatever that he could like blend in.
It's very Adam Sandler like.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna rap in an Indian accent,
right.
A very bad one. Like, hey man, you're white. How about you kind of look at that for a second and be like, you know, I might be white. This might not be smart.
That's crazy because even in the early 2000s, that was offensive.
Yeah.
Like. You know, let a lot of shit fly.
The fucking Simpsons question is, poo, an offensive stereotype? Yes. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
What may have been progressive 30 years ago is not progressive now. Guess what? Progress progresses. Get the fuck over yourself, Simpsons. Get the fuck over yourself, Eminem. Move forward. You see the line over there? You want to be the symbol of progress? It's over there. You're over here. Fucking go to it and prove yourself.
Also, he called Tyler the Creator like the F word and then censored it because he knew it was bad. He knew like to not.
He knew like I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say
it anyway. But I'm gonna censor it, so it's kind of like we're cool, you know.
This is going on longer than it needs to, but this is a very important thing, right? Fucking Eminem. Like, I remember I used to be a fan, a stan, like way back in high school.
Oh, man.
I am no longer a fan.
You almost killed your body pillow and drove it off.
But like, I remember watching an interview where he's like, "I'm so specific about my lyrics, I'll just spend forever rewriting." I'm like, if that's true, you would have thought twice about that very specific one about Tyler the Creator.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
Right. Controversy
doesn't mean good person.
Yeah.
In fact,
it's usually kind of the opposite.
Yeah. It's like Eminem called Tyler the Creator the F word.
Right.
Wow, I'm so glad people stand that.
Right. Isn't he like almost 50?
I think he's 50.
Yeah.
He should be dead. Deady. The good go young, man. The fucking the Eminem stay forever.
Yeah.
He encouraged an entire generation of white rappers.
Right? Like,
not that there's one thing to be white and rap, especially if you recognize and respect the source material that it came from. It's another thing to be Eminem.
Also, because he's like white and unchecked.
Yep. I remember like he had songs where he rapped about his skin color being the reason he's just like, I'm white, so no one likes me. I'm like, no, that's exactly why they like you, because you're the white one rapping. Yeah. So suddenly you made it like and not black. Yeah. So now suddenly there's all these rap fans who wouldn't listen to they wouldn't listen to Jay-Z, but they'll listen to you.
Eminem definitely believed in reverse racism.
Yeah, he probably still does.
Yeah.
He won't say it. He won't say that shit. Like, hey. Or like how he fucking like drags on gay people. It's like, well, Elton John's my friend, so I don't hate gay people. Like,
right? Like,
you do. We know you do.
Like, hey, that person's not a murderer. He didn't kill me.
And then, like, I have an alter ego that writes the bad stuff. Like, that's called to the psychotherapist, right, go to the psychiatrist.
That means you did it.
You know, part of me feels like 3 a.m. was a confession and not a story.
Yeah.
It's just like, I killed that guy at 3 a.m. and I'm not sorry about it.
Right. Just fucking terrible.
Let's spend the rest of the podcast just coming in on Eminem.
Right. Just like...
I feel like it will kind of go into the next topic anyway.
Sort of.
He kind of is the meme culture, isn't he?
Yeah.
Before we go into meme culture, let me get the thing started.